Now, let's get you the latest as far as that hoarding collapse is concerned. Now, a charge sheet has been filed, a 3,299-page charge sheet has been filed by the Mumbai Crown Branch's special investigation team in the Ghatkopar hoarding collapse case, which claimed 17 lives. It also highlights the nexus between the GRP and the BMC officials. The charge sheet states that during the digging of the large hoarding, a nearby tree fell, following which the JCB operator recommended soil testing as the ground was soft. And despite this, the director of Ego Media and the main accused ignored these warnings and went ahead without conducting the required soil testing. So many red flags that were ignored in this case, which caused that major tragedy in which 17 lives were lost, a tragedy that could have been averted. We have my colleague Radhika joining us on the phone line. Radhika, take us through, what are the details that have come to light as far as the Ghatkopar hoarding tragedy is concerned, in which 17 lives were lost, something that could have been averted because they were red flags which were completely ignored.
Certainly, there were red flags that were completely ignored. A lot of administrative and legal loopholes were seen as far as this entire incident is concerned. In fact, the BMC working in collusion with the GRP as well as the advertising agency to bypass all rules and erect the hoarding is something that has come to fore in the charge sheet. In fact, it says how stability certificate was issued without the structural engineer bothering to visit the site, how several loopholes were exploited, legal loopholes especially, to ensure that BMC permission was not required to erect the hoarding. In fact, there are reports by expert panels as well as technical panels, especially by VGTI, that says that part of the charge sheet, in fact, saying that the hoarding collapsed due to inadequate and deficient design and construction foundation. Also reports revealing a lack of proper soil testing and substandard soil work. So therefore, many of these expert and technical reports revealing glaring lack of proper soil testing, substandard piling work and fundamentally flawed and defective design of this Ghatkopar hoarding. In fact, SIT team have also discovered irregularities and procedural lapses by BMC as well as police officials while granting permission to this advertising agency for approving the hoarding, particularly of the fourth illegal hoarding, despite DGP's refusal to grant permission. So yes, several points there in the charge sheet, which, essentially talks about how different departments, different government departments colluded together to bypass all the rules and norms to erect this particular hoarding, which led to the death of 17 people.
Right, Radhika, of course, glaring lapses coming to light with that nexus that you've spoken about between BMC officials and GRP who worked in cahoots. But also take us through what are the kind of steps that have been taken since this hoarding collapse?
As far as the steps being taken by the BMC or any of the departments is concerned, yes, many of the illegal hoardings in the city have come down post that. There have been, campaigns and drives by the BMC to ensure that none of the hoardings stay where they are. So a lot of steps taken to ensure that these hoardings come out, these hoardings, are taken off the roads and subways. But unfortunately, all these steps being taken post the incident. Of course, the GRP commissioner, the former GRP commissioner, Kaisar Khalid, was also suspended from his post. Investigations as far as his role is concerned, his role is something that's very clear in the charge sheet. However, no arrests as far as any of the BMC officials or the GRP officials are concerned. Inquiries going on, investigations going on. Names of many of these, former officials within GRP, BMC is part of the charge sheet. However, investigations are open and nobody within these departments have been arrested so far, which is quite unfortunate. But yes, internal inquiry investigations going on as far as these department heads and officials are concerned. A large-scale drive to bring down illegal hoardings. These are some of the steps that have been taken post the collapse.